Hello, students, teachers, and anybody watching. My name is Enriquez. I'm currently a student studying industrial engineer in the School of Tech Milenio and Hermosillo, Sonora. Recently, this last semester, I've been taking a course in doing business in America. Now, not to be confused by the name, this doesn't just mean basically doing business in America. It's actually a function of being able to do business around the globe in many different countries and how to set up different strategies to make sure that we're able to set up a great business strategy. Over the last few weeks and months, we've been working with teachers on different tasks at hand to try to prepare us to see different scenarios and situations in which we can develop our skills and have a variety of challenges ahead. Some of what this actual courses talks about is in regards to a few factors, which some of them are, like, for example, business environments. Business environments for a business that is actually going global, or for a global manufacturing chain, it's actually very important, since in the end, in order to have good production, your workers must be happy. In order for their workers to be happy, they must be able to work in a nice, friendly, safe environment. That's why a lot of businesses in this type of situations focus a lot on that, to make sure that the space in which the workers work, they actually have a lot of tools for it, make sure that everything is timed perfectly, making it, a little bit easier for them. Always, making sure that we ask them how they're feeling, see if there's any issues, to make sure that always we're focusing on them, so that in the end we can make a better product. A lot of other factors that go into this, for example, going more into the actual, going from the business and from a nationality into international, is a lot of things like trade agreements. Trade agreements is something that goes, for example, from one country to another, which allows a free trade market, where we are actually able to offer our services to different countries, businesses, in which the highest bidder would, of course, get the actual job. It's something that a lot of people are criticizing, because there's a lot of functions that don't go well with this type of process. For example, there's a lot of countries in which they actually exploit their workers. They don't actually take into consideration their needs, to make, of course, the pay the lowest as possible, so in the end they can offer a services, whether it is whatever quality it has, but of course for the lowest amount pay as possible. That's why a lot of people have been criticizing the system, but in the end it's something that globally will help out different businesses, because it makes it more competitive, where you can actually go ahead and be more competitive in the field, make actually different changes to improve, which makes it a little bit better. Some of the things you have to take into consideration, though, along with this, is actually the cultural changes that you have, as well as the security measures. What we mean, from what I've learned in these types of things by cultural changes, is that you sitting, for example, in a business in Mexico, and then taking it to the United States, there's a lot of different variables that do come into play. Some of these situations, for example, is one of the assignments that we have, which was actually a business which is called Kidzania. Now, this business is actually set up globally at the moment, where it's in Mexico, as well as Korea, Japan, different locations, where they actually use different methods to teach kids into actually working, in order for them to actually gain knowledge, and as well make profits in a way. Now, if we were to take this information and place it into the United States, for example, there's a lot of different laws that actually go against this type of process. Of course, child safety laws and different political views as well, that could eventually hurt the business, instead of actually getting a profit for them. So that's why we always have to adapt to the different countries and different cultures, to make sure that we do not step on those types of issues, as well as we adapt to them to make things a little bit easier. A lot of things also with that is also the security challenges. Whenever we have, for example, a very product that's hot in the market at the moment, there's going to be people that are going to want to, of course, take advantage of this, try to copy it, So there's a lot of things that the business has to do in order to make sure that that is actually taken care of. One of the most recent things that we did was actually take a look into a case which we actually analyzed the ins and out of a business to see how they actually work, different ways they actually do these types of factors and methods to kind of get a strict idea and then actually place it in a case. In this moment, what I was actually looking into and analyzing, which is actually Kellogg's. In this case, Kellogg's is is a global manufacturer now known worldwide, where they build different products for many different cereals, where it is, of course, Rice Krispies, Lucky Oats, Fruit Loops, all these different products that they offer to all the countries around the world. Now, what we analyze is a lot of their factors that actually help them out a lot is that they changed their business strategy. Now, this is kind of what we were actually getting into in regards to what this course is about. Whenever we're talking about some sort of consumerism or some sort of product that we are selling that involves food, it's a risky business, because nowadays everybody's very, very important in regards to how healthy the product is and making sure that it actually doesn't affect them, but instead it actually helps them out, like improves their health, things of that nature. So knowing these types of things, what actually Kellogg's did is they did a lot of research. They actually went ahead and talked to different of their customers, people, gathered different courses, things like that, to make sure that they actually analyze the situation and adapt to that to build a strategy around that. So what they did is they took more of a strategy of a healthy lifestyle. Now, what it means is that a lot of their products, again, since they are used for breakfast needs, for example, cereals, they actually did different campaigns to make sure that to the public eye, they were actually doing services of trying to help them out to make sure that we are always looking out for our consumers, which is our customers. In this way, what they did is they took that into consideration to always try to invent new different ways to make sure that they change the way their products work, making sure that if it's too sugary, trying to cut down on it, making more of a healthy lifestyle, and as well also contributing to the community, where they set up programs to try to help people that currently have issues with overweight or issues within regards to many difficult medical problems, to try to help them out as well in that regards, to show them that they are more than a business but actually a way of lifestyle. This is something that I've learned recently, taking a look into all these types of projects, that is very important, that a lot of businesses don't do. The reason for this is, again, a lot of businesses have different ideas where all they care about is actually just making money in the end, instead of actually taking care of the customer. This is a problem nowadays because, again, everybody's looking for the best in brand quality, and so there's a lot of competition. So I believe that this types of strategies is what actually gets you an advantage over your competitors. That's why I think this type of this course is actually very, very important. I've actually learned a lot of things from it that I think I could take and eventually apply if I ever get the chance to actually get my own business. But I felt that this type of course is actually very valuable. I would recommend it to anybody that's studying, because it do go ahead and in the future create your own business, or in the end actually you get to take a good look at the field in regards to what positions are actually paying the best at the moment and how the field is actually looking at the moment. Again, I thank the teachers for the opportunity they gave me. And you, as well to be here, if you ever had time, I would definitely take a look at it if it's possible, if you do have some time, because in the end it's something that adds value to what you give to a business and yourself. So again, thank you so much for watching. This will be. My name is Luis, and have yourself a wonderful night.